Today I'm going to be talking about Classroom of the Elite, and it's based on this protagonist where the environment is set into like this prestige school where everyone's trying to get in, because if you manage to graduate the school, that you'll have a secure life. And basically with this main the school, there's a situation where they get $10,000 every month if you're in the school. So a lot of people in the school gets money based on having being in the school. And there's 4 grades: A, B, C, and D, I believe. And basically, if there's ranks for a reason. And this takes place where the main guy who doesn't want to stand out. He's very smart, and he's always he's always he does behind the work jobs, but he plays stupid, and he has a good character build, and he just simply wants to be in school and basically don't stand out. So one day there was an incident, and basically he had to step in because he's being blackmailed by one of the teachers. And basically she blackmailed him, saying that if he stays in the school, he's gonna have to help the class D, which he's in, to get class A. And that's impossible as of now, for the fact is that for the first months, the whole entire class in this in class D, they either fought, failed tests, skips class, and disrupts class. And basically at the end of the month, there's awarded points, and they could also be taking points away. And now class D has 0 points, meaning because they have 0 points, they won't be able to actually have any income. And all the students are basically like panicking and stuff like that, and because they don't have any more money, because they assumed that they were gonna get paid and that they were gonna live an easy life, but because they managed to blew up all their points in the first month, now they're broke. So now the teacher devised a plan, basically saying that they keep him in school if he helps his class to become class A. I'm not sure what she's scheming, but she has an opportunity to expel him if he doesn't cooperate. So obviously he does his own thing and stuff like that. He uses people, he manipulates people. He does it in a good way. And there's another female who's in class D, and she wants to be in class A. However, she got stuck in class D. So now she's the only one that realistically wants to be in class A, and he helps her along and uses her many times. He uses everyone, and he's very good at this. And in this school, you could buy anything, literally anything. All you have to do is spend your money, and you could literally acquire anything: test answers, food, girls, stuff like that. And he doesn't really use the points or whatever. He just buys the bare minimum, and hence why he doesn't really care if he goes to class A. But now he's being blackmailed. So there's also opportunities where they could increase their points by being number 1 in their exams, challenges, stuff like that. And it goes to a point where basically he's being, or not he, but the other students are realizing that that because of his actions, they're actually increasing points, and they're like, how is class D doing? Like semi good. I'm like, John, I'm a John. And they trying to figure out who's the actual mastermind in class D, because they're doing really good, and they realize that every scheme they trying to do and stuff like that, Class D is somehow always gaining first, and they don't know why. And for the longest time, they trying to figure out who was actually in charge, because he doesn't show face. He doesn't care about fame and opportunity. He just wants to live his normal life, because apparently his background is he was born in an he wasn't born, but he was raised in an institution, and he was the smartest out of everyone. And I think the only reason why he escaped is for the fact that he ended up killing everyone. I believe that's what happened, and that's what they were trying to take him back to the institution. However, the school intervenes, basically saying that that they have no jurisdiction of actually interfering with the student's life in the school. And so he does the schemes and whatever, and he realizes that towards the end of the first season, because at this point they're really good, but at the end of the first season, that the teacher that blackmailed him, saying that she will expose him, couldn't do anything. And now he realized that he doesn't have to play nice anymore, because for the whole first season he was playing nice, and the second season he does his own thing now, and basically he becomes more, he basically stands out more now, because at this point it shows that he is the actual leader of this class, and they're actually overtaking other classes. So I think it's really cool where the school system, the students are able to do whatever they want, but to an extent because obviously they misbehave and stuff like that, they will have no money. And I'm back here again. And that's mainly the situation, and now the students are becoming last strippers, and it's not an easy task. He makes it look easy. Somehow he makes it look easy by his schemes and stuff like that, but it's not easy, let me tell you. And it came to a point where one of the leaders from the other class, they devised a plan to trap him and stuff like that and beat the shit out of him, but he ended up winning. And I was like, what the hell? This guy's a monster. In my opinion, he's a monster. And now what he's gonna do is basically take over the school. But his personality is really weird, because he's not arrogant, nor he's very like greedy and stuff like that. He just wants to do his own thing, and people doesn't allow him, which it pisses him off, even though it doesn't show it. He also lacks of motivation of anything, so if anything that's too troublesome, he really doesn't do. But if he does do it, he does a good damn job on it. But yeah. I believe this is based on a light novel. I've seen the first and second season. I believe they're working on the third. If I'm right about this, and I really can't wait for the third season to actually appear, because I'm not reading the books, because I don't think the manga is actually that far ahead, since it's they really didn't work on the books, or yeah. But maybe I'll read the light novel one day, but that's a day that, where am I? That's another day that I'll actually read. I'm still just digging around. I still don't know what I'm doing in this game. Right now I'm trying to find better resources to mine the I need a better pickaxe. That's what I really need. I might be able to make another pickaxe, I'm not sure, but I'm still down here just mining my way. But yeah, that's my first piece on the manga I am gonna talk about, and it's a really good anime. I recommend people watching it. It's called The Classroom of the Elite, and yeah, if you like characters who is basically badass but doesn't stand out and basically does everything behind the scene, I recommend giving it a watch. And now the next one I'm gonna be talking about is called Chainsaw Man. Very popular anime, and the books really do good too. And this is sober. I don't really need sober. I might as well just throw bombs. But anyway, Chainsaw Man is basically, as it sounds, it's a Chainsaw Man in this world where basically everyone dies. So I recommend don't get attached to anyone. But anyway, there's devils in this world, and depending how big of the fear is, the stronger the devil is. So, for example, people are scared of bombs, there are bomb devils. If people are scared of war, there's a war devil, guns, gun devil, and stuff like that. And this is basically about a boy and his dog, a chainsaw dog, and he's been trying to pay off his family debt for the longest. And he's been doing odd jobs, chopping down trees, selling his organs, hunting devils part time, and he's simply just doing just to pay off his debt that he has. And his only life goal is simply just to have a girlfriend and to touch a boob. That's basically his life goal. And he's very stupid. He's the most stupidest main character I've ever seen. He's fucking strong, but he gets double crossed by his I'm not even gonna call him companion, but this gangster he gets double crossed, and basically they killed him and they chopped him up into pieces and threw him in the garbage. And the only way he survived was the fact is that his companion, the dog, ended up giving his heart to him, and because of this action, now he's Chainsaw Man. He's able. He came back to life, and he's half devil and half human now. And now what he does, he fights devils. We're in an organization that fights the devils, and the woman in charge. From day one, I knew I didn't trust her. But let me tell you, she is the worst person I've ever met. But she ends up like basically not brainwashing the guy, but basically anything that she wants that he does, and he does a really good job. And he has companions that works with him and stuff like that. Not really into silver, emeralds, I guess, but anyway. He has companions. My favorite one is, what's her name? Power, I think her name is. And she's also stupid too, but she's fucking awesome in my opinion. She kicks ass. And he goes around with his teammates and basically hunt various devils. Obviously, I found gold. Anyway, things doesn't really go his way. It goes his way in the beginning because now he has friends. He has girls to talk to, because for the longest time he's been alone. What was that? I don't know, where's that one? Anyway, he was alone for the longest time. And he wanted fans and he wanted money and stuff like that. His also dream goal was like to eat peanut butter and jelly, because all he's been eating was just bread, and jam was too much for him to buy. So he finally got that. He finally did what he wanted to do, and he's finally happy. And you feel happy for this guy. But come to realize that the devils that he's fighting and stuff like that, most of them are bad guys. Let me tell you, they're the worst. But there's a couple that actually wants to save him, because they tell him, Chainsaw Man, his name is Deji, I believe it was, and they tell him that the person that he's working for is evil, and they basically telling him to run away. One female was gonna run away, and she told the guy to wait for her because she was gonna get ready and about to leave, and that woman that basically controls him kills her. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was so shocked, because she was actually a cool person in my opinion. She actually wanted to help him for his better being, but the other woman, the crazy one, just wants to keep him to herself, and basically controls and control him. And I feel bad for this guy, because he doesn't know what's going on. He simply figured that she's always right, and that that crazy girl, the crazy bitch, basically tells him that she simply just ran away and basically left him to basically just left him alone. And he considered her as a friend and stuff like that. I'm like, man. He gets friends with other people. They end up dying along the way. I'm like, well, as much as I don't want to get attached to these people, they make it very hard, in my opinion. And where am I? And it's a horror manga, by the way. So they do a good job. But for some reason, all the devils that he fights, for some reason, they want to kill him. They don't know why they want to kill him, but they remember one noise. And so what happens with the devils, right? Once you kill them, they go back to hell. And then once they die in hell, they go back to the world of the humans. And they remember one sound, and it's a chainsaw sound. And for some reason, when they go back and forth, they lose their memory. But that one sound, the devils are so scared of that sound. So basically, everyone's trying to hunt him down. They don't know why and stuff like that. And all they know is that he has to die. And it shows that later on that but the devil, the dog, basically, the chainsaw man, basically, once he consumes a devil, that devil disappears forever. For example, there was war devil, there was famine devil, stuff like that. And once he eats it, that existence goes away and stuff like that. So there hasn't been a war, there hasn't been famine in a very long time, and it's basically because of him. And obviously the devils are like, the devils doesn't know and shit like that. But I don't. He'll eventually find out, but it's not till later on in the actual series. But he also, it's funny too, because the more he consumes blood, the stronger he gets. So I'm like, this motherfucker is just a one-man army. But it's a fucking hilarious book, in my opinion. I do recommend people to actually read it or watch it. I haven't really read the new season in the Chainsaw Man, because I was simply just waiting for it to actually build up. But I'm not gonna tell you much about it, simply because a lot happened. I don't know what I could do with Obsidian, in my opinion. Will I ever die? Oh shit, it disappeared. I will die. But yeah. It's a wizard? Oh god, he's strong. I got a wizard hat. That's cool. Oh, it increases my... Oh, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, that's my other anime/manga I'm talking about. But I do recommend people do watch it. And I'm basically gonna call this episode quitting there. I'm just seeing what else is down here, but it seems like nothing else is down here. Making sure I have this before I actually somehow perish in this. Yeah, it seems. Ooh. Yeah, it seems like there's nothing down here. But that'll probably be all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.